Good evening, everyone. It is 7:06 p.m. and I hereby call to order the November 2023 meeting of the Village of Tivoli Board of Trustees. Would you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. We will begin with the village clerk's report. Clerk Bruno, please.
Yes, in the past month, there were 381 trash tags sold and 2 payrolls processed. Going back to that Tuesday, October 24th, the special election for the LoSAP increase, just an update on that it was passed. That evening. And I'm in my 6th year as a member of Tivoli Fire, and these men and women work extremely hard every day. So I'm aware that they were all quite pleased with the outcome. So related to my involvement with Tivoli Fire, the days leading up to the Halloween party that the library had hosted at the American Legion, I spent many hours filling 80 treat bags for all the kids, and so a thanks go to the Holy Cow for donating the gift certificates, along with Utica Insurance for donating small little toys that were added to the bags, and having firefighters in full gear certainly brought many smiles to these little children's faces. And this past weekend, on Saturday, November 11th, I was always, very happy and proud to attend the Veterans Day ceremony. It really is always such a pleasure to see them be recognized. And not long ago, I helped serve at one of their dinners, one of their county dinners, and I find it rewarding and just such an absolute joy to work with all of those gentlemen. Lastly, Thursday and Friday, November 23rd and 24th, the clerk's office will be closed in observance of Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Clerk Bruno. Trustees, we have one set of minutes in our binders. This is the October 18th regular board meeting. Is there a motion to approve the minutes? And a second?
Second.
Give that to Schilling. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on to our treasurer's report. This month, in the general fund, we spent $142,129.16, and in the expendable trust, $1,836.98, for a grand total of $143,966.14. And I know that the large portion of that 142 was beginning to pay the sidewalk work that happened over here under the community development block grant. There was a big payment to the contractor on that. So, and in that expendable trust, that represents some of that is the 3 new trees that the tree committee put up on Monument Hill. With that background, trustees, is there a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
I move.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Is there a motion to pay the bills?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on to a zoning report, trustee Schilling.
The
Oh,
report was not provided.
okay. I think that's 2 months in a row, so we better talk to them. Thank you for letting me know that. We're gonna have a 3-month report next month, Bill. So get ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. Moving on to public comment on agenda items. I trust you had a chance to pick up the agenda if you so chose. We have the return of the tax roll to Dutchess County. We have a small budget modification. We're going to discuss some water system matters, or did we cover that in the workshop? I'm going to discuss that further, Chris.
The Say again.
We added a
Water matters?
placeholder for water matters. I don't know if there's.
So I think primarily an announcement that the EFC is planning to move forward with their financing of the
The long-term.
permanent, long-term with Dutchess County Water and Wastewater, which would take out the village's financing. At this point, it's scheduled for November 30th, which would mean the village will be signing under our transfer agreement, essentially a purchase agreement with Dutchess County Water and Wastewater. We would be transferring all of the water assets to Dutchess County Water and Wastewater, so we should be closing on that shortly.
Great, I will restate that
That's our plan.
in a few minutes, but thank you, that's good. And then we have the resolution authorizing a solicitation of proposals for a replacement boiler here in Wants-to-Paster Hall.
Woo!
Any public comment at this time on the agenda items?
Yay.
Yay? I'm sure that was mostly about the boiler resolution, right?
Budget mods.
Budget mods,
Woo!
yay. All right, well, thank you, we'll dive in. All right, so we have first a resolution to, a motion to return the tax roll to Dutchess County. Is there a motion to return the tax roll to Dutchess County? That was Baldino, is there a second?
Second.
Mangieri, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And clerk, go to the deputy mayor, sign that document that you left in her binder related to that, right?
Good,
Yes.
yes, thanks.
Okay, then we have a budget modification. Some time ago, we purchased a book scanner so that we could, we have an intern who's been doing some work, scanning the late great Margaret Lemon's scrapbook collection. So Margaret Lemon kept scrapbooks of articles relating to Tivoli and the surrounding area going back to at least the 40s, maybe a little bit earlier, and it's just every single obituary, news story, everything. Wedding.
Yeah. If
It's
it happened
fascinating
in
stuff.
Tivoli, it is there.
Yeah, so when she passed, her friends and family gave those to the village, but they're unique things, we wanted to get them all scanned. So we did some research, Trustee Schilling helped out, we bought a scanner. And we are gonna, we reactivated the historian's budget line, which for many years we've had $0 in.
Can we call it the Historian Slush Fund?
No,
Oh,
gotta earn that one. So anyway, we're doing a budget mod to take $718.99, which the scanner cost, out of the contingency budget line, put it into the historian line so that the money is, tagged for what it was used for. But now we'll have that and we can scan other things, other historic documents. So, is there a motion to approve this budget modification?
I move.
And a second? Second. That was Schilling. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So now we're just going to have an announcement about what's going on with the water system. This is now, boy, it feels probably like more years than it's been, but for the better part of a decade, as you all know, the Village of Tivoli has been working to transfer its water and sewer systems to the Dutchess County Water and Wastewater Authority. This began with a feasibility grant won by Mayor Crana and the board in 2015, which began to study that. So here we are 8 years later, almost 9 years later. And some of you may say, well, I thought we already did that. Well, strictly technically speaking, because in 2018, Tivoli went out and won quite a bit of financing to pay for these things. The state Environmental Facilities Corporation, they wouldn't give the money to the water authority to use. We wanted the village, so it had to come to the village. So since 2019, when the water authority came in and started managing and operating, but not strictly owning our systems, we have to do a very complicated triangle related to the short-term financing where they do the work, they send us a bill, we send it up to EFC, they send us the money, we send it back to the water authority. It's pretty cumbersome. And we're almost at the end of that because the capital improvements to the water system, the tower, the water mains, are largely completed, and the short-term financing is at an end, and so it's scheduled for this November 30th that we would actually switch into the long-term financing under the water project, and that the EFC will do directly with the water authority. So this will result in a lightening of the clerical load here in the Village of Tivoli, which we're really excited about, and it's one step closer to actually transferring the water system, not just in management and operation, but literally like the keys, like here, it's yours, we're done.
And the real estate transfers at the same time as the financing closes, they will be simultaneous.
Right. So, and again, the water system is a bit ahead of the sewer system in this entire effort, but we're very close to actually transferring every aspect of the water system soon. And lastly, we have a resolution authorizing a solicitation of a replacement boiler for Village Hall. Trustees, we went over the specs provided for us by Crawford and Associates. What can I say? It's a nightmare. Your boiler fails right at the beginning of the winter, and it's been quite a scramble. A lot of people who work in this building have been putting up with some pretty rough conditions. We do have temporary heating here, but it's far from ideal. So the board considers this an emergency procurement under our procurement policy, which allows us to forgo some of the bidding requirements and time frame. So tomorrow we're going to release our request for proposals, send it to multiple vendors, and we're giving them 7 days to come back to us with a price for removing the old boiler and getting a new one in here and getting working heat. So we're very eager to get this done. So whereas the Village of Tivoli has experienced an unexpected failure of the heating system boiler, which requires immediate replacement in order to preserve the Watts de Peyster Village Hall and permit the continuance of public services, and whereas the village is currently operating a temporary propane system at significant cost, whereas the mayor has requested that the village proceed with solicitation of proposals for a replacement boiler at Village Hall substantially in accordance with the specifications prepared by Crawford and Associates on file with the village clerk. Now therefore be it resolved by the board and trustees of the Village of Tivoli. 1, the Village of Tivoli declares the need for an emergency replacement of the boiler at Village Hall. 2, the Board of Trustees of the Village of Tivoli hereby authorizes and directs the solicitation of proposals for a replacement boiler for the Village Hall as determined by the mayor. With that, is there a motion to authorize the solicitation of replacement boiler? And is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Baldino. Any further discussion?
Let's get her done.
Let's get her done. It's been cold. A roll call, please. Deputy Mayor Major?
Aye.
Trustee Baldino?
Aye.
Trustee Mangieri?
Aye.
And Trustee Schilling?
Aye.
And I also vote aye. So thank you very much, trustees. Crawford is poised to pounce, send this first thing tomorrow morning to a list that we have put together of possible vendors, and hopefully there won't be a giant lead time on the equipment and we can get this in here lickety-split. So our next board meeting will be held Wednesday, December 20th. The old man's birthday. At 7 o'clock, preceded by a workshop at 6 p.m. here at the Watts de Peyster Hall, and we have our regular workshop on December 13th at 6 p.m. Moving into committee reports, Trustee Schilling, anything you want to discuss with us?
Just that the mayor and I met with guys from, what was the name of it?
Some comment? We start
Yeah,
with
some comment, but trying to think of the other name of the affiliate.
Yes.
Over at
Zoom call.
Yeah, over at the landfill, and shortly was looking to get some details about the possible project, what the property will be able to harvest, and what the approximate cost would be and such. So we're waiting to hear back from them on all that.
Right. When we talked to them, they said we'd hear from them this week, right? So if we
Right,
don't hear
so
from
I
them
was
by
gonna
Friday,
give
give
them
them a nudge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Well, again, hopefully we can help, working ourselves with the town to put a solar farm on our capped landfill over on Freeborn Lane, which isn't really doing anything. So it'd be a nice way to do something good with that property that we're responsible for. Thank you, Trustee Schilling. Trustee Baldino?
Excuse me. So this week, the total money collected and remitted to the state controller, $2,280 in fines, $851 in surcharges, $70 in civil fees, for a total of $3,201.
Okay, that was our court report for October.
It's a lot of parking and
Parking, speeding,
speeding,
stop signs,
little noise,
Always the same.
little open container.
some open containers, yeah. So we're seeing a lot of those tickets that were written in September coming through the court system here, so. Okay, thank you, Trustee Baldino. Trustee Mangieri?
The monthly police report for the month of October in Village of Tivoli, there were 16 incidents and there was 10 uniform traffic tickets issued, 3 parking tickets, and there were 4 arrests.
Thank you very much. Deputy Mayor Major?
Well, I guess the big thing to talk about, I mean, obviously the library doing great things as always. The regular programs, Hooks and Needles on Thursdays from 10 to 2. But you can look online, tivolilibrary.org for stuff about that. Visit the historic sites, Claremont, Alana, Montgomery Place, but the ticks are out. They're back. I thought that, you know,
With a vengeance.
with a vengeance. It was a wet summer. Apparently that is what kept them from being so feisty, but now it's really, really bad. So tuck your pants into your socks and wear your safety orange because it's hunting season. And clear your calendars for December 16th, Saturday, 3 p.m. to whenever. It is Winterfest. We're gonna have Santa, Charles Dickens, firehouse lighting, Christmas carols, horse and wagon rides, a winter walk, music from Miles in the Upstate, and if everybody claps their hands and believes, maybe we'll have ice skating. So, that would be the awesomest.
It's good we're doing it a little bit later so we can try and get that ice rink up.
Well, that's kind of why we're doing it. So, hope springs eternal.
Yeah, excellent. And you've been speaking with the businesses and getting them all
Yep,
involved.
speaking with the businesses, everybody's pretty excited about this.
Great.
So it's gonna be very festive.
Well, it is probably my favorite hour of the entire year is riding on that truck with Santa and Ralph.
Ralph.
Ralph, our new name for Ralph, the elf. All right, great. Yes, and while we're on the topic of winter, the winter parking ordinance is in effect starting tonight. Very timely. So between November 15th and April 1st, April Fool's Day, there's no parking on any village street between 1 a.m. and 6 a.m. And if you do not have off-street parking available where you live, we encourage you to come into Village Hall, see the clerk, and acquire one of the Tivoli parking permits, which are $25 as opposed to the ticket, which is $45. And that gives you access to overnight parking in the several municipal lots. And you know, again, we now have these 32 spaces over across from Plain Hall, so we've got plenty of room. And we've had brisk sales this morning, did we not, Robin?
Yes.
Yeah, so the word is out, and you know, it is very important because when guys have to get out and plow in a snowstorm and the cars are in the way, they can't do a good job. It makes it much harder and more dangerous for them. And there's a good chance they're gonna, you know, hopefully not, but they could clip your car. So just make it easy, get cars off the streets. And I want to second Clerk Bruno. We had a wonderful Veterans Day ceremony. It's always a great honor for me to be invited to speak at that. And I just can't say enough about the community spirit and service of the gentleman from the Harris Smith Post. We all had recent elections this month, and while there weren't any in the village of Tivoli for Tivoli offices, all Tivolians are also citizens of the town of Red Hook, and I want to congratulate Supervisor McKeon in his reelection, as well as Trustees Hamel and Testa returning to the town council. And also we have a new county executive coming in, Sue Serino, former state senator. Last night I attended the monthly supervisors and mayors dinner, which is all the supervisors and mayors get together and talk about exciting things like, what's your winter parking ordinance? Because actually Red Oak, they have different hours in different areas of the village.
Really?
Yeah,
How vexing.
yeah, it's like some are 11 to 6, some are 12 to 6. So Tivoli, one size fits all, right? 1 to 6. And the county exec-elect showed up, crashed our little dinner just to say hello, which was actually pretty sweet. And she gave her personal phone number to each and every one of us. So, you know, we're all looking forward to working together. And I will say from all the years that I've been in this office, Dutchess County is a great entity to work with, whether it's the planning department, the highway department, county executive's office. They're just tremendous. And little municipalities like Tivoli do lean on the county quite a bit. And I can, you know, just tell you that they're great to work with. So all those faceless bureaucrats down there at the county are great people working hard to make our lives good here in Dutchess County. I want to formally and officially welcome our new deputy clerk and planning and zoning secretary, Lucinda Standerfer, who is a native Tivolian and recently back home in the village and has accepted an appointment to finish the term left vacant by the recent departure of Laura Gale Tyler. Lucinda is taking very quickly to the job, and we're trying not to overwhelm her, but she's keeping up very well, and I'm excited to have her on the team. And she's you know, working closely with Clerk Bruno, and now we're starting to interface her with the building department and the planning and zoning boards. So welcome to Lucinda. And I also want to thank her predecessor, Laura Gale Tyler, for 5 years of service to this village as deputy clerk and planning and zoning secretary. And of course, she had once been chair of the ZBA and at least a ZBA member for something over a decade. I'm not going to say, but it was a long time. So she will be missed. Her dedication and definitely her knowledge about all things planning and zoning will be missed. But she's still in the area, so we thank Laura Gale for her service. And before we open up, well, let's open up for public comment. Okay. Well, that makes it easy. We're always happy to see you. Thanks for coming. The village board is picking up again the topic of short-term rentals, and is also going to couple it with accessory dwelling units. So this is the STR ADU. About a year ago, we had a community forum and started exploring STRs, and so we're picking that back up again. We've been working on this for a couple months, and I expect very early in the new year we'll be ready with the draft law, and we will be having another forum. We'll invite everyone back in, and we'll see what we the village can come up with on those two things. I guess the big difference compared to a year ago is that we are going to do ADUs along with STRs. A year ago we were trying to talk about them in isolation, which is very difficult because they're quite interrelated and overlapping. So it's sort of it results in a larger bite and a more complex law, more complex conversation, but we're sophisticated in Tivoli, so we gotta tackle that. It makes sense to do them together. Trustees, anything else? All right, well, why don't wish everyone a very, yes?
Just, I thought that you might be mentioning Laura Gale and Lucinda, so I would just like to
Absolutely, yes.
sort of, you know, add some comments and just say that it was wonderful working with Laura Gale, and she was always so very knowledgeable about the code and planning and zoning. So she definitely will be missed, but by all means, you know, wishing her nothing but luck in her future endeavors. And it's really been quite lovely, and a warm welcome from myself too to Lucinda. And I hope she's as happy with her, or hope she's as happy with us as we are with her.
Well
at this
said.
point.
And I share your hope.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, with that, everyone, we wish you a safe and happy Thanksgiving. Be safe if you're traveling. Enjoy your loved ones, and we'll see you in December. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I move.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
7:31. Thank you very much.